Welcome in, everyone. Flow and Charts. If you're new to joining us, we just use unusual whales, go through Periscope, go through Market Tide, look at flow, take some live trades if they are set up for us. Let's start with Market Tide here right now. Our Market Tide, I don't know why I closed that. Oops, just all over. All right, one more. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Market Tide, just kind of look at that. Brad's finally off work and actually joining. It's so boring when Brad's not in here and has to work. Yeah, Market Tide right now. It's still a bearish Market Tide, more bearish neutral. I'd say all the premiums are bid side right now. We do have more net volume, so we're seeing more bid side calls and ask side puts being traded. Not really a clean setup to take anything. All calls out of the money calls, all put premiums just trading in tandem pretty much. Out of the money puts are slightly higher. They've just kind of nibbled under that ask side there, but so it's technically still a bearish Market Tide. I'd say bearish neutral, not really a clean setup there. Periscope here, we've just been kind of chilling on this 77.55 here. The 77.60 has just been building and then kind of dropping and building. I'm kind of just eyeing to see if we kind of come back up and test 65 here. We just haven't got out of this chop, though. It's just been so choppy in here where we can't really do anything right now. Not really a clean setup overall. Oh, that sucks, Brad. Ugh. Yeah, just kind of choppy right now. Not really a clean setup on Periscope right now. And if we also look at, I haven't checked it for a while, but if we look at the sector flow, not even at 20 million yet for volume, just very, very choppy, just kind of a boring setup, boring, slow day to start the week. Kind of figured it'd be a little boring to, I don't know, being that almost made me just laugh. I don't know why that was, I just saw that and I almost lost it. I don't know why that was so funny. It was pretty slow today. We did some scalping on it, but yeah, kind of just more of a slow day to kind of start the week. I'm hoping we can get some Periscope scalps into close. Yeah, I mean, Market Tide's just not really giving us anything. Flow's been really quiet today. Only a couple names that kind of stuck out to me. These iron puts that kind of came in right at open. They looked pretty good at open. I mean, they're down a little bit right now. Obviously, kind of close to the money here. They didn't look too bad. These CPRTs looked actually, surprisingly, I think these were the best looking. No, not one of the best looking, but yeah, big spike in IV on those, and they filled up the ask. That bid ask was a little wide on those. I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, they're 2% out of the money. And then we also had, where's those Amazon calls? Amazon, where are you? Those just kind of came in right here, 14 days out. They're already up here, 515, trading up about 575 there, and seeing a little volume after that there, so I'm curious to see what happens with that open interest. But yeah, these already have moved up a little bit, 515 to 575. And then we had those clasks here. Yeah, these looked really good too, Bean. I know you were talking about those a little bit in the chat. These actually by far probably the best looking flow on the tape here. Let me see. Or maybe it was the Amazon's there. I mean, big spike in that IV when these came in spot fills with the ask here. Little longer term for me. I mean, 60 days I suppose isn't too long, but we don't overlap earnings there. Or CPNG, that's what it was. I was looking at the clasks here, and I'm like, these were another ones that we looked at there. The CPNGs, yeah, these guys right here. I was like, too many CP and oh well, Brad, I guess that worked out there for that. Can't argue with that. Yeah, these the CPNGs, yeah, they looked good being, yeah. I mean, IV spikes, spots fills with ass, they just overlap that earnings there. But yeah, no, I saw Snore post those after I posted those two. I was like, oh cool. Yeah, it's Brad squared. You didn't know that? It's B2. Brad squared. Yeah, then we looked at those cliffs there. Yeah, I mean the flow there hasn't been a ton of flow today, and kind of figured with us starting the week. I mean, it's a kind of a quieter week for the most part. Thank God. Bid side stuff just kind of nothing really in here. ETF stuff just nothing super interesting. I mean, 186 day out calls. We don't probably really care about that stuff too much. Market tie is just kind of choppy. What's our Periscope doing? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a bigger range here. They are kind of building up at 77.50 here, so I'm curious to see what we do. That actually kind of gives me a little bearish sentiment there with them kind of building there, and we haven't been able to really get over this 77.60 here, but just kind of chopping along these two strikes right here. Brad. It is just a slow kind of day here. I don't know what's hitting the feed. Let's see. Yeah, they're kind of dropping that positioning off up here. I almost would keep that as a bearish bias there. Then that 60 and 65 dropping off there, building up at 50 there. So yeah, I almost could see a little downside there. We'll wait to get our scalps here in the final 20-30 once some of this kind of clears up here. All right, what's hitting the option screener today? Let's take a peek. YPF, what are these? Ooh, these already kind of ran a little bit there. Yeah, those already kind of ran. Let's see if we find something that didn't run there. SpaceX ran too. We saw these earlier, and they were just so far out of the money, and that I did not see Meta today. We can go take a peek at Meta. We can easily dump. Oh, it's dumping. It's dumping there. Was there news on this? 817. Let's see. For him, yeah, exposes lender. And I'm sure we're seeing some fallout from the 13F stuff from Friday too. So I don't see any news on Meta. Let's see. Anything for flow coming in on Meta? Let's see. See if we can find something interesting here. Let's go down here. Let's get rid of some multi-leg. Let's not find super deep in the money. All right, let's see what we got here. So 4-day outputs. Let's see. I'm just how about these 2-day outputs? This one could have been a lot of volume there, but just kind of sporadic there. Wish it would have been one big hit there. Let's see. Oh, we yeah, Brad. I don't know if I'm assuming since you asked how whale watch was, you probably missed it. Yeah, we looked at a VIX contract. I'm gonna assume that's probably the one we looked at. I'll check that here in a second. Let me just pop in here. Yeah, not really anything else for flow. How's the heat zone look on this thing here? Let's see, where are we at on this? We've got negative gamma above us on that 817. So this is today. We probably don't really care about this now. How's tomorrow kind of looking? It's our positive gamma. That 911's got a lot of attention on it. Oops, come back here. That 911's got a lot of attention on there. I would kind of keep an eye on that node there. That could be an interesting one here. I just want to see how this looks. So it's a big multi-leg trade, but let's see, what do we got here? Is it anything of interest? Some sort of spread, it looks like. Yeah, they're both opening there too. Interesting. Okay, let's take a peek at that contract here. I know I'm kind of bad at that. Is this like the hot? Yeah, this is the one we looked at, Brad, here. Yep, this is the exact one that somebody had us look at here. Look at the we looked at that here. Yeah, this was pretty textbook here. I mean, your spot price rising, IV rising. Yeah, we looked at those and thought they were very interesting and kind of looked, I mean, they seemed they're 60% out of the money, but we're kind of looking at VIX here. I got it right here. I mean, look at our high on the year here. I mean, back in March. I mean, we were at 35, and you can it could pop up there. I mean, it's got no problem getting those 20s there, and obviously September is historically more of a volatile month too. So and the Iran stuff, you guys probably saw me post a couple of the news pieces that were coming in from Twitter. There, Trump said that they're not looking to extend the memorandum of understanding, so you got that as well too. So I think we're in for some volatility. So I mean, this wouldn't be a bad. It's a cheap contract as well too. But yeah, no, we both read those as a buy there. So that's a really interesting one there. I don't really trade the VIX that much, but that's if I'm gonna trade it. I mean, this is the flow that would kind of make me try to trade something like this. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people are talking about it on X now too. Yeah, that's by far. I mean, there's a lot of volume on VIX contracts here, but I mean, at least this one was a clean opener on this one. Yeah. I tend to avoid the contracts I see people talk about on Twitter because it's just so like I don't know. I feel like whenever I see everybody talking about it, I'm like, oh god, this thing's gonna go the opposite way. Alright, what's our Periscope doing? Just kind of chopping between our lines here. Anything for flow? Anything for flow? God. Just a slow, quiet start to the week. Suppose we can hop back over to that options screener again too. Let's see. Let's just keep hopping through this Disney puts. I saw these and what time did I see these? Oh, we were on Whale Watch when I saw those, and it was near the end of the show, so I kind of looked past those. But yeah, I mean, good IV spike when these came in. Spot fills at the ask. They're up a little bit right now. It's at 178, 203 there. Yeah, that was one of the ones I was kind of watching Microsoft puts. Oh boy. Oof. Was that? I want to go back to Friday here. Yeah, that was a clean opener there on Friday too. I was looking at that and I realized it was the 0 day. Yeah, that was a clean opener there on Friday. I mean, 33 cents, and I'm sure they're out now. I'm sure they're out. No, yeah, 645 there for a high. Yeah, that's a big pop there. Yeah, big pop on those. Big move on those. I'm surprised it was. I saw that candle there from Friday. I'm like, I'm surprised that's an opener with it being 0 days and that kind of close. Surprising sometimes. All right, I'm just looking through here. Let's see if we got anything here. So the Iron puts, these are ones that we looked at. Iron needs to keep kind of doing this here. Keep seeing it kind of curl over. Microsoft puts. I think we looked at these two on Whale Watch as well. Yeah, just a teeny little IV spike on those. Nothing super major sticking out. Obviously, they're up now, but to anything else in our feed? Galaxy calls. Hey, these haven't really moved yet. Let's take a peek at these 2300 contracts. Let's take a peek at these. These could be one. Oops, I don't want to mute that. Oops. Let's go down here. Let's take a peek at our tape. Yeah, you get a little IV spike on these spot fills at the ask here. Let's just kind of follow this up. Now, I don't like this part here at the end. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to work out, but you get that IV drop here as that stock price is going up, but you get that spot price rising. If you made me trade it, I would probably buy the contracts there. I would I'd probably lean buy to open on those if you made me trade it. Just that'd be my little yellow flag in there with that IV dropping, with that stock price going up, but you get your spot fill rising. So I mean, that's just the only part I really don't like about it. All right, let's see. Sam wants us to take a peek at the AS from 814N today. Yes, we're still on those. I can take a quick pic here. Yeah, Sam, I got you in a second here, Sam. 1 second. Yeah, I believe they did bean. Let's just go back and double check though. Yep, just a little teeny one there. Yeah, I mean, I'd lean buy to open on those. If you made me trade it, I'm gonna lean buy to open on it. And whatever, I mean, 14% out of the money. Yeah, I mean, it's a cheap little lotto play. Yeah, that timing was a little off. Yeah, just some little kind of yellow flags in the flow here. All right, let's Sam wants us to look at the AS. Specific strike at all on those, Sam? Let's just see. Probably in the highest contracts. Let's see. So it's the 814. 814. 3.5. 3.5. All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. AS, so we're gonna do 32.5 here. So the 9 or 814 you're looking at. 814. Do we not have an 814 for this? Let's see, AS 814. Let's just go to the main page here. It's 814, 814. Where is my expirations? 814. Ooh, trades from 814. Oh, if did they okay, so you're looking for Friday's trades. Okay, I got it. I don't know why my brain was farting there a little bit. All right, let's take a peek here. Okay, so it was the 32.5 call. Okay, so this guy right here. Got it. I was like really confused there for a second. I will blame it on Monday. Yeah, good job waiting for that double check on OI on here. You can see it carried over. Now let's kind of just go back and take a peek at the tape. Oh, it looks like it was a big multi-leg trade too. Oh, that's a kind of goofy multi-leg one there too, it looks. So, okay, they rolled, or not rolled them technically. So, okay, the 821 32.5 calls what they went to. This is that big bid side one before. So here's that one before we saw that weekly come in here. And it looks like this is another 3-legger in here. Yeah, there's a lot of multi-leg stuff on this one here. I don't know if I would kind of try to catch a signal on this one. And there's kind of some open interest on these two. Let's just, I want to see what that 918.35 looks like here. And just look at, yeah, there's a lot of multi-leg hits on this one. I don't know if I would be able to get a super clean read on this one here. Just kind of I mean, these are right at the money. The new ones that open for this Friday, and then you got these kind of further out ones here. So that 814. Let's just kind of keep trailing back a little bit. Yeah, so then you got, there was the 918.35. So let's see, was there more on that one there? I think that might be the first trade on here. I just want to go back and look. Yeah, so this, oh, so they were both opened on Friday. Oh, yeah, that's a kind of a messier multi-leg on that one there. I would probably stick away from that one. Let me see if there's anything else on AS here. Let's see if there's anything else on here. So from Friday, let's just kind of take a look. So there's that 918.35 that's attached to that one. About these 4-day out ones on that 30. So these came in Friday. Most of that carried over. These are deeper in the money calls. So I kind of avoid that deeper in the money stuff. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean this is a sell or anything. They're just kind of deep in the money. It's just hedge fund or somebody putting on something just to do what they got to do there. Probably not really a true signal in these here. Let's we can check the heat zone on it here for you. I want to see if anything interesting is coming in today. How about the, oh, nope, there's the 9. Oh, these 918s do not have multi-leg, so this could be an interesting one. Let's see. And this one, oh, this one's again in the money there. Again, now, if you're looking at this just from a flow reading standpoint, we got earnings. Oh, we got earnings tomorrow too on this. I mean, from a flow reading only standpoint, I mean, if these weren't in the money, I would almost lean short with your IV dropping and spot price dropping. Got earnings tomorrow, though. I want to see how we react for earnings. Let's just take a peek here. It is a name that stays in the money, or not in the money, excuse me, in the implied move here for earnings with just kind of one outlier there. Yeah, that's an interesting one there. That spread's really messy. Sorry, I want to look at the heat zone on this here quick too. All right, what do we got? So we got negative gamma here at 30. So market, so yeah, so okay. From the market maker standpoint, customers are short calls and they're long puts. So I mean, that almost kind of looks bearish here to me, especially that 30 and that 27.5 here. And then what's our positive gamma on this? Yeah, you kind of got that call wall up here at 35. Doesn't look like we get a ton of info on this one there. Yeah, I almost would treat that kind of as a bearish read, especially seeing that heat map on it there. That's an interesting one though. A lot of kind of legs on that Friday flow there. Good find there though, Sam. Good example there for us to look at. Really good example. All right, let's see what Brad is sending us here. So let's see what's going on. 4 days. Do we have earnings on this thing? Because 21% out of the money is pretty far. What is this, a healthcare thing? Oh boy. I wonder if somebody's expecting news or something. I mean, from a flow standpoint only, if I looked at this, let's clear this out again. I don't. Oh, they already did have the news. Okay. I'm guessing probably some trial or something that worked out or didn't work out. I don't know. They're only up 0.5%. Oh, he's gonna make me go look at the chart. Okay, ABCL. Okay, let's just go see what it was. Holy crap. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean there. I was gonna say there's not news today. I mean, nothing major. I mean, a 0.5% move for pharmaceutical there. I was gonna say that's not pretty big for a news drop there, but yeah, I mean that thing's up a little bit. I almost want to kind of lean short here. I mean, they are very, very far out of the money with very short datedness, and then you get that IV drop here. I just want to see what that theta looks like on these. Yeah, your theta's 1 cent. Obviously, you know, these are priced at 10 cents. That, I mean, you kind of have a decent delta there. I mean, for a slower mover, but I almost would want to lean short there just with how far they are out of the money there. Now, again, obviously, you know, the thing can keep running, but 21% out of the money, 4 days, that's kind of far there. Yeah, let's take a peek there. Let's take a peek there. Yeah, that thing's just been pumping there. I'm just kind of looking here. I mean, and then I look at these 918 ones. These are almost even more interesting to me. Obviously, they're a little higher multi-leg here, but curious to see what goes on there. Let's just see what that multi-leg looks like. This looks like a roll here. Like these, I would say, are a roll here. Looks like they're closing that weekly 821.12 and rolling that out to the 918.13. So like I'd read this one as bullish here. I'd say I like that one there on the 13. What else we got here? I don't like the short datedness. What's the IV on these short dated ones again too? I mean, that IV's so high on them too, where it just kind of scares me a little bit there. Yeah, I would say out of the contracts there, though, that 918.13 would be interesting because it looked like they were rolling that out there. How's the heat zone on this guy look? Let's see, where are we trading? 1144. This is at 10, so we've already kind of... Ooh, So market makers are short puts, so that would tell us customers are long puts there. Let's just see what this looks like here. Usually you're not going to see good flow if you're clicking on it on the heat map because it's just picking the ask and bid side stuff there. Oh, it's only on open interest here. Okay, so never mind, excuse me. They would be so there are long calls there on 821. I didn't realize it didn't update because we don't really have a good intraday move going on here. Yeah, I would almost keep an eye on 12 and 11 here. Short puts, long calls. Yeah, I would almost have that as a bullish read there. That's an interesting one there. I just don't like the short dated weak ones with the kind of higher IV on those. I didn't realize the directionalized wasn't on for this one. Yeah, that's an interesting one there. Very, very interesting one. What's going on Periscope wise here? So we're just on our biggest negative or positive gamma here. Got a little positioning up, got a little positioning down. Any changes in the market tide? Out of the money puts are trying to kind of creep up a little bit here. Net volumes at the pretty much lowest level of the day right now. And we are just chopping. Yeah, I like them kind of building up a little bit below here, but got to see some of this upside drop off a little bit. Anything new hitting the tape here? God, what a slow flow feed. I mean, here we are since the beginning of the stream, 30 minutes ago. We got 4 or 5 pieces of non-actionable flow. Oh, yeah, there goes kind of the little move down we're seeing right there. Yeah, I wonder if we're going to get another new low a day. I mean, kind of rejecting this here. They built up a little bit down there. We'll see what they do. Snake a drink here. I don't know what it is. The weather's just so goofy here. My mouth has just been dry all day. All right, what do we got coming in here? Oh yeah, they're kind of building up lows here. I would think we're going to probably see a little downside here, possibly. Yeah, it looks like a little downside here. If we come up and test 55 again, maybe we can hop in a quick short here, but if it goes without us, that's fine. Should have a couple other opportunities as well as we get closer into close. Because we're already kind of a little away from that there, but they are building up that 50 down there. 50 there, you can see that. So market makers are short those puts, telling us customers are long the puts. You're going to probably see a little downside move there, but we'll see if we keep kind of squeezing down a little bit. It's just been really choppy for the most part. All right, let's just hop around here. And if you guys got anything else that you saw that you want me to take a peek at, please let me know, because my feed is dry, as you can tell. All right, what was that update there? All right, so they're kind of building up a little bit now up there. Again, this is all it's been all afternoon, is just 60 keeps dropping, then it builds up again. It's just been kind of not the cleanest Periscope day. All right, what's coming in here? Nothing. About these app puts. A big spike in that put premium, 16% out of the money. These don't overlap earnings. It's an opener. Let's take a peek here. Yeah, these get a nice IV spike when they come in here. Your spot's not filling right at the ask. A little kind of messy on this one. I probably would avoid this piece of flow. Just kind of look at that bid-ask spread changing in there. I mean, you're filling at the ask, and then it's the bid, and then just kind of gives you a goofy fill there. Not the cleanest where I'd feel comfortable taking something there, and that's a pretty wide bid-ask spread if that's what it's trying to give you now. I would try to look for something better. Hard to stay hands off some days, I get it, but man, got to do it to protect yourself. Got to do it to protect yourself. All right, what are we going to do here? They're trying to build up a little bit down there again, and I mean, upside's kind of dropped a little bit there. That's a nice thing about the 1 minute updates. You don't have to wait 10 minutes to see that change, because I mean, you're seeing multiple little changes in there within a minute, and it's a game changer. Hey, there's a new almost low of the day. We're going to get a new low day here. Nope, just going to kind of bounce there. Man, I hope the tape's not this slow all week. It's just all multi-leg stuff here, and we don't really have a busy week either here. Just kind of looking at the economic calendar while we wait for something. I'm just eyeballing that. I mean, this week, just today, nothing major. I mean, housing starts, if you kind of care about the housing market. I'm not too big on following that. We get the FOMC minutes Wednesday, and I mean, we already kind of know what they talked about, so it's not really a huge deal. It'll just be kind of some more interesting notes in there. And then we got our job data on Thursday, and then just composite data on Friday. Yeah, it's a really quiet week for economics of, hey, there's a new low day. And even earnings for us. Earnings this week is pretty, I mean, we got some retail stuff coming in here. Let me pop this up here. Yeah, we got Home Depot. It's a big retail week. TJ Maxx, Lowe's, Target, Walmart. Yeah, retail consumer week here, but earnings season is kind of wrapping up a little bit. And then we got NVIDIA next Wednesday. So that will be, I think we're doing a Whale Watch episode next Wednesday for Whale Watch during Power Hour. So that will be, should be a special little show there. Man, there's just nothing going on. What are we at for volume right now? 20 mil, look at that. 20.6. We went up like 19 since the start, or about 1 million since the start of the show here. I mean, this is a dry day here. I mean, not even halfway to our 30-day average. Not even close yet. SPY 11-day output. These are in some big size here. We can take a peek at these. 3% out of the money, 2% multi-leg. It's definitely an opener with the 15,000 size trade there. Let's take a peek here at the tape. Yeah, I like that IV spike when they come in. Spot is filling at the ask. Just keep kind of following this up. Oh yeah, our IV's rising in here. Then it kind of drops a little bit in there, but it comes back up. I would lean buy to open on these here. These could be interesting. I am going to drop these in the notable flow here. Yeah, these look pretty good here. Pretty good. We don't get a lot of good, super clean ETF flow, so when I see it, I like to post it. If I could click and post it, that would probably help people. All right, let's do this. Repeated hits ascending fill. Heavy negative net volume. IV rises as flow comes in. And if I could type, that would help even better. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let's see. Anything else coming in? How's our Periscope looking? They're still building up there, 77.50 there. Yeah, seems like just going to kind of keep seeing that downside there a little bit. Yeah, I wish we would have had our entry there, because obviously we had the right read there, but no entry. That's okay. Should get something here. I've got MLC coming up soon. Yeah, if they keep building here and kind of keep seeing this positioning drop off, I would continue to kind of be bearish there. And premiums are kind of agreeing there. Looking at our market tide here, out of the money put premiums finally went ask side there. Net volume's still kind of at the lowest. All put premiums are kind of trying to tickle up a little bit there too. We'll see how these kind of change here. Oh yeah, they're building up there at 77.50 here. I think we might continue to see a little more downside there. Yeah, you can see them building up there at those puts there. See if we come back up and test our 55, because I don't want to take it right in that negative gamma. We can still kind of whip back up to that 55, or we can just kind of drop here. But yeah, I mean, still kind of a wide range. I mean, up to 65, and then a little positive gamma there at 40. I mean, kind of the more kind of possible range, I'd say between 65 and 40 here, just right in the middle of it though. Right in the middle of it though. Gotta see if we can get something on this here. Let's kind of, so our, again, this is why the 1 minute updates are nice. You keep seeing these significant changes almost minute to minute. Now that 55 shrunk there, so we're kind of losing a little bit of that resistance. It's still there, but we're losing a little on 50, a little on 60. Yeah, we'll see if we can come up and test 55 here and see what Periscope looks like then. Don't want to take it right here in that negative gamma, because again, we can just kind of whoosh right back up 5 points, or whoosh on down to kind of that 5 points, or even just chop right here too. So we'll kind of keep an eye on it. I'd still kind of be leaning a little bearish here. Just see what we keep doing there. Man, just nothing on the tape. Nothing on the tape. Those SPY puts. Those SPY puts look pretty good, actually. Then how's our kind of mark tide look the last 14 days? I mean, we've had some call premium, but look at all that kind of bid side call action coming out here too. A lot of bid side call, probably seeing some profit taking after that run up there. So I kind of would say I like those SPY puts even a little more when I see that bid side call action throughout those multiple sessions. Oh yeah, they're kind of building up down here. Let's see if we can get a little test up here and maybe target down. Let's see if we can try to target down. That 45 grew significantly there. I don't want to chase it right here because we're right on that negative gamma. I'd love for us to see a couple points there, because that's 6 points there. That's $50 a point there. That's a $350 drawdown that you'd have to sit in. I don't want us to do that there. I don't want to do that. I want to see us test 55, and if it goes without us again, that's okay. Let's see. I'm just looking at my phone here. I keep seeing news pop up, so I'm just kind of looking for anything interesting that will could move us here a little bit. All right, how's that update there? Yeah, they're still kind of positioned down there. I like that downside, just don't like this spot where we're at here. Just give us a nice little 5-6 points up to that 55, and then we can kind of short that there. I'll stop looking at it because I'm going to chase it otherwise, and that's probably not good there. Let's look at these car puts here. 11% all the money. These probably short here, maybe. Yeah, these look short here. Look at your IV dropping, spot price dropping. I would lean short on these here. These look like some good short puts. Come on, Periscope. Let's get an entry here. You can see I want to trade something. Oh, let's see. Just clicking around. All right, update there. Yeah, they're still growing up. I still have that downside bias, but trying to be patient here. See if we can come up here. We're about 5 points away. Let's see if we come up here, maybe test this shelf and go for something. See if we can come up here. It's trying. So again, see if we would have chased that, we would have been sitting in this drawdown right now. Trying to maximize those entries. All right, it's trying to kind of climb up there, but let's see if we can get up there. Just eyeing that 55 for an entry. Or a big change somewhere else here if we get that on our next update. Update to update, thesis will change. Oh, yeah, they're growing here. You know what? Let's take a very, very tight one here, and then we'll oh, no, buy. Geez, I just backwards every day. We're gonna keep it really tight here. I'm just gonna keep it right at that 773 there. See if we can snag a point or two here. Let's just move this up a little bit in case we get a little flash crash. But I'm gonna be very tight here on this. I'm just gonna kind of put it at the bottom of the shelf here because I don't want to get stuck in big drawdown, because I kind of was hoping we'd see a little more of a move up there. We'll see if we can get a little move down here. Let's see, and it's just going to chop at my entry. Wait for that ding and see what that next update looks like here too. Yeah, they're still moving down there. I like that. I like that downside thesis here. Just don't stop us out first. I'm going to actually put it at the top of this candle here, which will give us a 2-point buffer. If it wicks us out, it wicks us out. That's okay. Let's just move this up, kind of tighten this up, and just get ready to kind of move it and see what way we get a movement here. So Brad, I'm going to need you to go dump all your shares and kind of make the market go down. And we're just chopping right here. All right, come on. Let's get a little move here. Just chopping at the entry. Yeah, Periscope, I mean, it's still built up there, that upside build. Oh, yeah, they're building up there at 50. It looks like they want to bring it down. We just need to get some selling pressure on the thing. Gotta get some volume to push us down. Okay, there's a little move there. There's a point. There's a point. Okay, we'll take a point there. We'll take a point. I am not against taking that point. So there's that downside that we were just looking for right there. Again, we were kind of chasing that there, but yeah, you can see how they're accelerating through that negative gamma right now. So we took a point there. I'll take a point. We will have a couple more trades probably. So 1 for 1 on this so far. Yeah, that's not a bad spot. 771, and we got out at. I mean, I'll take a point. That's not bad at all. Not bad for kind of a chasing an entry spot there. I will take that there. But yeah, that downside still kind of looks like they want to move her down a little bit there. All right, let's just keep, yeah, you can see they're still building up down there. Yeah, I would keep this kind of as that bearish bias right now. What's our market tide doing? Yeah, put premiums are just out of the money now. Or I mean, excuse me, just going ask side now, out of the money, put premiums. Yeah, it looks like they want to keep kind of dropping it down a little bit in here. Anything new for flow coming in there? About these SpaceX puts. It's got a lot of volume on it on the day, though. Too messy. Would have to check open interest on that one. Too many big spikes there to identify something there. All right, anything else in here? No. Yeah, there it goes. It's just such a slow grind down. And this is what was happening on Whale Watch too, where we were just kind of sitting there and it was just chopping and chopping and chopping, and it's just brutal to sit and watch that. The patience part of me does not like sitting in that. So that update they're kind of dropping off a little bit here. Maybe a little more downside, we'll see, but could be them kind of taking some profits there, and that 77.55 still kind of growing there. So it's been acting as tough resistance here for most of the day. I mean, you can just scroll over here and you see them kind of popping around that, that positive gamma there. Again, market makers are selling into that positive gamma, dampening that price movement. And I mean, we don't really have any far gamma below us to stop us. I mean, the closest positive gamma, I mean, with any decent significance, is at 77.25 below us. I mean, you got a little there at 77.40, but this is not enough to really kind of stop a big price move down. I mean, if we really accelerated through this, I mean, you could see a very, very quick, sharp drop, and they're building up again down there. They are still building up there. And that upside positioning is all dropping off here. I want to get back in the short here, but see if we can come back up to 55 or close again and see if we can test that. But yeah, they're still building below, and that upside's dropping. I would keep that bearish bias on right now. Market tide, put premiums are starting to kind of curl up still more. All the money is trying to stay ask side here. Let's see if it'll give us another entry. Let's see if we can get another entry, because I'm not going to enter it right here. Again, 5 points up to that positive gamma, that could be not a fun drawdown to sit in. So while we do that, while we wait, let's just go peek. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of NVIDIA flow coming in, earnings next Wednesday. This overlaps earnings here. So take that with a grain of salt. Man, they are still building down there. They're still building there. Come on, give me that 55 test here. Give me that 55 test here. Just 5 points. That's all I'm asking. That'd bring us to about right here, and then yeah, that would be a nice little drawdown there. Yeah, let's see if we get that there. Just trying to be patient here and not force anything. So I'm sure you guys can tell I'm itching to get into this short. Now again, we got MOC here in 5 minutes, so we might be kind of waiting if we don't get up here in time. Just slowly climbing. Just tick-tock. They're still building up there too. I mean, that's very interesting to me there. We might get our entry here. We might get a very quick one. Got about 4 points to go. I mean, we're getting there. It's slowly trying to climb up there. Put premiums are kind of trying to tail down a little bit, still strong, but call premiums aren't really ticking up at all. Even kind of looking at the SPY premiums, you're not really ticking up at all. Holdings just kind of flat. Come on, let's get back up to 55 here. We're getting close. Getting close, and it's gonna probably come right at MOC when the entry, when our entry is gonna come. So we'll probably, oh god, they are building up down there at 45. I mean, you can see those short puts from the market maker side are growing, so that's telling us customers are long those puts there. We're getting close here. We're getting close for a spot here. A couple more points. A couple more points is all I'm asking for. Preferably before MOC or slightly right after there. Oh no, it's going to kind of... I'm watching that 45 continuing to grow. I mean, just look at the last 10 minutes to now. We're up about 8,000, roughly 8,000 units of gamma there. It's a pretty big increase. Each kind of, you know, from 10 minutes ago, we were 8,000. I mean, it's increasing 2,000, then you got 5,000, then by another 3,000. So it's steadily increasing. Same with that 7750 here. We'll see what they do because we're getting pretty close here. Oh, no, that kind of dropped a little bit, but they're still growing at 45. They are kind of trying to take out that 55 there. I wonder if they're going to try to pop it a little bit at MOC and then maybe touch that 65, which would be a nice, that'd be great if they get rid of this 55 here and then come up and test 65 and this stays super negative, because then we can really target that downside. Because you do have some little positive, or excuse me, negative gamma here at 7760 here. So I mean, I'm curious to see what we're gonna do here. We got 1 minute till MOC here. We'll be patient because we're gonna probably see a big wick here on MOC no matter what. And we're not really right at that target either yet. Still got a couple points to go. We'll see what it does. We'll get a couple trades in after MOC for sure. Oh, yeah, they're still building up down here. I mean, I would keep that bearish bias on. Still don't want to really go. I mean, all that positioning is down here. It's all customer long puts there. I mean, it's looking interesting for a good last 10 minutes here. Let's see what our MOC is. 20 seconds. Longest like 2 minutes of my life right now. Just waiting. We'll get MOC and then see our first update and then see if we can position to something. Now watch, it's going to pop hard at MOC. Got 4 seconds, 3 seconds. See what our candle looks like. Oh, okay. kind of a flatter candle there, little down, but nothing major. All right, we'll see what that upside, or I mean, what that update looks like here, very momentarily. So I kind of dropped a little bit off there at that 45. 50 still got a lot in there, really building up at 50. So yeah, I mean, between 55 here and 50, it seems like that's going to kind of be our range here. Would have been nice to get that updated and have that positive gamma stay there. The only thing that worries me about staying short here is that 55 continuing to decrease here, which means we could kind of whip up kind of quickly here, but all that positioning is right here. So I mean, I would continue to, I mean, there's your short right there. Both of them, Brad. Both of them. Both of them. Well, there's a short that we were kind of looking for there. Okay, so now they're kind of building up a little here. I might want to take a stab at a long here. Look at that 77.60 kind of grow there. That downside's kind of popping off. Let's just take a very quick shot here at a long here and just see if we can get a little move up here. Let's put a stop on here, because we're trading right in the middle of that negative gamma. Not the best thing to do there. I would have probably liked to be a little more patient, but that's a big pop there on 77.60 and then a big drop here on 45. So let's see what we can get here. Let's see if it'll bring us back up to the top of that candle. That would be very nice. Would love a quick pop there. Just, well, now we sit and wait. What it do there? Yeah, they're building up there, and we're dropping off here. Yeah, I think they're gonna try to pop this a little bit now. Let's see if we can get a little pop here. I'm just gonna kind of keep this near that low of the day just for now. I don't want to get wicked out. We almost got wicked out on Friday on something, which gave us good gains. But yeah, they're building up above here. That positive gamma flip negative here, which is a good sign. Where positioning is dropping off here. I think they're gonna maybe try to pop it a little bit here. Let's just not get wicked out on it. Let's just try not to get wicked out on it. I'm just gonna leave this at the low. If it does stop us out, we can get back in, but I might just let this one run a little bit, actually. A little more comfortable kind of letting this drop. Oh shit, it is gonna wick us out, isn't it? Is it gonna wick us? Yep, it's gonna wick us out. All right, we'll get back in here a little bit if we kind of touch down here at that 45. So we got about 2 points here. Now it's gonna actually run. Watch. Oh, I need to take that sell off there. They're still positioned up. I'm gonna just get this and we're gonna hold this for a little bit. I'm not gonna put a stop on it there. I'm just gonna kind of get it ready there. All right, let's see if we can get a little pop up through this zone. I knew we were gonna get worked out. Yeah, look at all that negative gamma we're seeing right there. Let's get a little move up here. Let's go kind of test in this shelf here. See if we can test that 69-ish or 73 there. All right, come on, let's keep on popping. Well, there's the pop that we kind of wanted, but it's got to hold that pop. It's not wanting to hold that pop. Let's just move this up in case it kind of tries to run more. How's that update? So they're building up a little bit below us now. Upside's still there. Let's just, we're trying to just get a couple points, SPX. Just give us a couple points here. Give us a couple points. Let's at least go touch our 20-day EMA there. Ooh, I don't like that candle there. I'm gonna just put this here so we get some shillings if it does stop us. Okay, then there's the stupid stop there. All right, let's see if we can get back in this. Yeah, we're just, it's the issue trading in the negative gamma ranges there. You can kind of see those quicker moves there. see if we can get something though. Yeah, I like that positive gamma flipping negative though. That's going to be interesting here. Or if oh, yeah, I'm hopping in one more long here. I'm hopping in one more long here. Look at all that dropping off here. Kind of trying to build up there, and you got some building up there too. I think we're going to see a little pop here. This time I'm just going to let it kind of sit here. Let's, just in case we get like obliterated on something, I will put this down here. Just in case. This is my luck. If I didn't put a stop, there would be a tweet or something, and then just absolutely would get reamed. But 4 points there. All right, yeah, we'll do that there. If we lose on the day, we lose on the day. That upside looks a little better now. Give us like a 5-point move into close here. I'm gonna move that up there. Don't. Well, hey, well, there's our new low of the day. Let's see. Oh, they're building up there now. I think they're gonna. I don't like that spread kind of building down there and that upside dropping off their shit. They might try to dump this actually. Let's just move this down in case we get a little wick up. I don't like that build up a little down there, a little dropping off there, but that 50's building, I think they might just run it back up to 50 there. So, I mean, 5 points here, that would be nice. We'll keep this down here. If it stops us out, it stops us out, but that's fine. It'll probably be our last trade of the day here anyways. Let's see if we can get a couple shillings back on this thing. All right, let's just move this up. It got a little pop there. Just gonna kind of slightly move this up just to get ready to kind of see if we pop through this. What do we do there? Oh, they kind of built up a little bit there. Maybe a little move. Doesn't look like we're gonna get a big substantial move though. Give us like a 4-point move. I'd love a 4-point move into close here. To the upside, Let me make that clear. What are we doing? Just gonna chop here? Nothing? Somebody poke the thing with a stick. Tell it to do something. Just come on, let's get a little pop here. Give us a little run here into close. A little more. Give us a couple more points. Or a couple points, not cents. All right, what did we do there? Oh, they're building up above there. Yeah, we should see a little pop here. I'm just going to kind of leave this up here and then just get ready to kind of trail this up. Got 2 minutes left. I am actually going to just cancel this and I'm just going to get ready to flatten it because that'll be easier anyways. See if we get a little pop here. A little pop there. All right. Now I feel comfortable putting a stop on here. No. Wrong way. That's not the candle that I wanted to see there, but good thing it didn't stop us because here we go. Here goes our little ride into close. Okay, I guess it stopped us. That's okay. Oh, that was a little scary there when it didn't fill there. Well, we got that little pop and close, and here we go. We're finishing at 50. Kind of hard to chase 2 points up here, though. We got that little move up there. I think I'm probably red on the day with that crappy fill. Yeah, down red on the day because of that fill. Let's chase it. Just see if we can get a couple points here. If it fills us, it fills us. If not, it doesn't. I'm already red, so I don't care if I risk a little bit there. Shit, not that. Jeez, I'm just clicking all over the fucking place. Well, that fucked me up. I'll just let it run, whatever. Let's see if it pops here into close. Too much button clicking here. Okay, yeah, that's gonna fuck me. That's going to fuck me there. Oops. Too much button clicking there at the end. Too much button clicking. That's my fault. That messed me up. Oh, they kind of built up there. We see a little pop after close, maybe. Too much button clicking there at the end. That's my fault. That's my fault. Let's just see if it gives us a little pop here into close, though. Because they built that up again there towards close. Oh, that pop kind of hurt a little bit there. Let's just pop this on here. When it stops us out, I'm done. Yeah, too much button clicking there at the end there by me. That's entirely my fault on that one. Quick 2-point pop into close, maybe. Do we have any earnings or anything? No, I don't think we have any big earnings today. We don't. Quick little pop into close here. Quick little pop into close, please. Maybe. Did it change at all? They built that. I think it might kind of try to come back up just a tick. I don't know if it's going to be enough to save us, but let's see. The after hours trading show's on now, apparently. We're going to see a little pop here, maybe. Give us like, oh, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to jinx anything. Just give us a little curl up here and let us get out of this. Break even. That'd be nice. That change there. Yeah, I mean, the 50 is kind of the highest level there. I mean, maybe a little tick up here. Let's just see what it wants to do. I'll probably only hang out here for a couple more minutes, at least until I get out of this stupid thing. Either way. Just to kind of tickle this up a little bit. Come on. Let's get a little tickle up here. I'm just going to move it at this candle. If it stops us out at 68, I'm done. Just a quick little pop here. Give us some after hour news here. Nope, it's going to stop me out, isn't it? Oh, that was a messy close. Okay, it stopped us. All right, whatever. We ended red on the day on this one. That's okay. That's okay. That was a mess up by me at the end. But all right, you guys, thanks for hanging out. We will be back tomorrow with more and probably not chasing trades. So, all right, I will see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See ya.